Teresa and Joe Gus's 4 daughters literally grow. Up on screen, their eldest daughter Gia was just 8 when the show premiered. On Bravo in 2009, Teresa is one step closer to becoming an empty nester as each of her daughters leaves home, begin their next chapter, and see her tearful goodbye to her daughter Melania as she starts her college years. Teresa Giudice shares 4 daughters with ex-husband Joe Giudice, Gia 23, Gabriella 19, Melania 18, and Adriana 14. Gia graduated from Rutgers University in 20,123 with a bachelor's degree in criminal justice that same year. Gabriella Giudice began her freshman year at the University of Michigan. Unlike her mom and sisters, Gabriella doesn't enjoy the spotlight and refused to let Bravo cameras film the emotional experience of leaving. For college, Melania Giudice is attending the University of Tampa, beginning in the fall 2024 semester, according to Bravo.com. There were 2 factors in choosing the college in South Florida. The first was the weather. Honestly, have grown so much to hate the cold. I'm so over the cold weather. New Jersey native confessed. The second factor, Bermuda, as just a short flight away. Her father, Joe Giudice, has lived Bermuda for a while after being deported in 2019. Following his prison stint for fraud, Thea Giudice still has 2 daughters living at home. Her youngest, Adriana, is still a teenager and won't be heading to college for a few more years. Gia completed her undergrad studies, moved back home to New Jersey after spending some time working for a law firm specializing in immigration. She has plans to pursue her law degree eventually, but is leaning into the influencer lifestyle for now. She documented her younger sister's departure for college. The TikTok video showed Gia helping Melania pack and their heartfelt goodbye at the airport. Gia captioned the video, "And she's off. I love you so much, Melania. I can't wait to watch you do amazing things and thrive." At the University of Tampa, Teresa flew with her daughter to Florida to drop her off at the college. Melania commented on the TikTok video of sobbing in the airport. Teresa will likely reunite with all of her girls for the upcoming holidays. Fans who aren't used to seeing the emotional side of their RHONJ star should tune into her stirring up drama on season 2 of House of Villains in October. Who can relate to Teresa and her daughter heart-wrenching goodbye? Tell us all about it in the comments. Jennifer Havener grew up in a small town in upstate New York. She earned her BA in Writing and Literature from the RHONJ University in Boulder, Colorado. She always knew watching reality TV shows and soaps operas, particularly Days of Our Lives, would come in handy someday. When she's not writing, she's playing with her dogs. Lola and Teresa. Judy says tearful goodbye to one of her daughters in the world of reality television. Few stars have captivated audiences like Teresa Giudice as a central figure on Bravo's Real Housewives of New Jersey. Teresa's life has been an open book for over a decade. From the highest highs to the lowest lows, fans have watched her navigate family drama, legal battles, and everything in between. But nothing could prepare her or her loyal fans for the emotional roller coaster of saying goodbye to one of her beloved daughters. A family like no other, the Giudice family, with Teresa at the helm, has always been a cornerstone of RHONJ. Her 4 daughters, Gia, Gabriella, Melania, and Adriana, has grown up in front of the cameras, their lives intricately woven into the fabric of the show. Over the years, viewers have seen them transform from little girls playing in the family's Montville mansion to young women carving out their own paths in life. As a mother, Teresa has been fiercely protective and incredibly proud of her daughters, and her bond with them is palpable. And despite the challenges they faced, including the incarceration of both Teresa and her husband Joe, The Giudice girls have remained close-knit in their mother's love, and uniting support have been a constant, even when life was anything but stable. The bittersweet moment through recent episode of RHONJ captured a deeply emotional moment as Teresa prepared to say goodbye to one of her daughters. Gabriella, who was leaving home for college. Gabriella, the second oldest of the Giudice girls, has always been the more reserved and private of the sisters. While Gia has often been in the spotlight, especially on her burgeoning career and presence on social media, Gabriella has maintained a lower profile, focusing on her academics and personal life. The decision to leave for college was a significant one for Gabriella. Stellar student with a passion for science, she had been accepted into a prestigious university, and while her family was incredibly proud, the reality of her departure weighed heavily on everyone, especially Teresa. Mother's love as the day of departure approached, Teresa struggled with the impending separation. It feels like just yesterday that I was holding her as a baby, she confessed in a confessional interview, tears welling up in her eyes. Now she's going off into the world, and I'm so proud, but it's also so hard. Teresa's emotions were a poignant reminder that no matter how famous or glamorous her life may seem, at the core, she is a mother facing the same heck as any parent watching their child leave the nest. The camera captured Teresa going through Gabriella's childhood photos, her voice breaking as she reminisced about the milestones that had passed too quickly. The Giudice home, usually bustling with the energy of 4 daughters, it was unusually quiet in the days leading up to Gabriella's departure. Teresa, who is known for her strength and resilience, found herself vulnerable and reflective. She spent as much time as possible con Gabriella, offering advice, sharing stories, and trying to prepare her daughter for the next chapter of her life. Is the goodbye of day of Gabriella's departure was filled with a mix of emotions. The family gathered to see her off, each one dealing with their feelings in their own way. Gia, the protective older sister, offered words of encouragement, while Melania and Adriana clung to Gabriella, not wanting to let go. Teresa, however, struggled the most as they loaded Gabriel's bags into the car. The reality of the situation hit her hard. The cameras captured the raw, unfiltered emotions as Teresa broke down in tears, holding Gabriella tightly. "I'm going to miss you so much," she whispered, her voice choked with emotion. "You're going to do amazing things, but please don't forget to call your mama." Gabriella, though teary-eyed herself, comforted her. "Mother, I won't, Mom, I promised," she said, hugging Teresa one last time before getting into the car. As the car pulls away, Teresa stood in the driveway, watching until it was out of sight, heart heavy with the bittersweet reality of watching her daughter take the first steps into adulthood. A new chapter for Teresa. The goodbye marked the beginning of a new chapter, not only for Gabriella, but also for herself. As she returned to the now quiet house, she reflected on the journey she had been on as a mother. The pride she felt for Gabriella was immense, but so was the ache of her absence. "It's the hardest thing in the world to let them go," Teresa said later in a confessional, "but I know she's going to do amazing things. She's going to make us all so proud." In the days that followed, Teresa busied herself with her usual routine, but the void left by Gabriella's departure was undeniable. Other daughters noticed their mother's melancholy and did their best to lift her spirits. Melania, with her fiery personality, made jokes to lighten the mood, while Adriana, the youngest, offered extra hugs and cuddles. Teresa also leaned on her friends and co-stars for support in a touching scene she met with Dolores Catania, who herself had gone through the experience of sending a child off to college. Doors offered comforting words, reminding Teresa that while the separation was difficult, it was also a sign of a job well done as a parent. Moving forward as time passes, Teresa began to adjust to the new normal. Regular FaceTime calls with Gabriella became a cherished routine, allowing her to stay connected despite the physical distance. Each call brought reassurance that her daughter was thriving in her new environment, making friends, excelling in her studies, and embracing the college experience. Teresa also found solace in focusing on her own life and career. With Gabriella at college, had more time to dedicate to her business's charity work and personal endeavors. It was a reminder that while one chapter had closed, many others were still waiting be written. The goodbye to Gabriella was one of the most emotionally charged moments in Teresa Gass's life, but it was